Great morning, great morning, great morning. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go, let's go. I'm going to share, and I want you guys to share also. Let me get it, let me get it. Come on in, come on in. Where you at? Where you at? Let me share over here on IG. Come on in, come on in. All right. Y'all let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Who's in the building? I left my shot glass, y'all. Hey, Dree. Hey, Keith. How you doing, man of God? Y'all, listen. I'm excited about today's word. And when I tell y'all I'm excited about today's word, I need you to understand how serious I am about that. Come on in and share the live, share the live. Let's get a few people on the line and let's get started because there is a word from the Lord. When I tell you that my heart was pricked and provoked this morning, I'm telling you that when God begins to prick me like this, I know something big is happening. I know that's right. Good, great, better than dope. I know that's right. I'm calling you today, okay? I'm calling you because we need to catch up, okay? Listen, listen, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Y'all, listen, this is going to be a little bit hood, but y'all know what? I left my shot glass, but what I know is I have a shot in here, right? It's one shot, right? You all listen, you know, I always talk about the alive. Listen, we know that it is important for us to take care of our health, right? And what I've discovered is the alive adds value to my well-being, right? There are things that it does for my body that, like, I'm telling you, are absolutely amazing. And not only that, I've literally watched it begin to change the lives of people, right? Now we've got our liquid gold, our liquid collagen, and this, baby, this right here is changing the game. So y'all know what we do because it's shot o'clock, right? Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3, alive, you and me. So y'all listen, I can't pour my shot today. I'm getting ready to drink my shot though. I want you to know I'm drinking my shot. Now listen, I worked out already, okay? So I had a shot of alive apple cinnamon when I worked out. I also did my spray. So you know I got my sublingual going. Maybe a little bit about why I am as fired up as I am. But I'm getting ready to take my shot. Don't judge me because I'm drinking from the bottle. Because you know you've drank from the bottle before. Okay. Y'all, this stuff is so good. I could literally just drink a whole bottle. mm. All right, all right. Listen, got my collagen in, got my Alive apple cinnamon in, and I'm ready to go. All right, y'all. Hey, Dr. Betts, how are you? So look, this is what I'm going to say to you. The title of this drive-by is Be Definite. Be definite. One of the reasons that we don't accomplish things is because we're not definite about it. We don't put an exclamation mark behind it. We put a question mark, or we put ... because we're not quite sure. But it is time to be definite. My husband said, don't do it. Babe, this is all. That was it. That's it. That's the end. Be definite. Be definite in your purpose. When you set and establish a definite purpose, a definitive purpose, you make a declaration to God. Hey, I'm doing this, right? I'm doing this and I'm standing on it 10 toes down. Be definite. Be definite. So this morning, I've been talking about in the 90 Days to Destiny, I've been talking about the importance of reading, the importance of personal development, the importance of personal growth. And one of the reasons it's so important is that, look, you guys, I don't know any other way to tell you this than this. Much of what we do and don't do, much of what we go through is a result. Y'all want to sit up here with no light on. Look at that. I just turned light on the whole situation. Much of it is due to a lack of definitiveness. It's due to our thought processes. It's due to our traumas. It's due to the things that we've gone through in life, right? So we have to make a decision that we are going to do a thing and do it. Like without giving ourselves escapes, without giving us an escape route. Now check this out. Y'all see, I got my slutty vegan shirt on. That may be offensive to some of you all. I apologize, you're offended, but I'm gonna wear my shirt. I got a slutty vegan shirt on. When we went to Atlanta for our convention, I was definite about the fact that I wanted to go to Slutty Vegan. Listen, I've been hearing about this amazing vegan food. I've been hearing about it. I've been watching it blow up on social media. I said, I want to go to Slutty Vegan. I want to go to Slutty Vegan. I'm going to Slutty Vegan. Who going with me? Y'all going with me? Let's go to Slutty Vegan. We went to Slutty Vegan. We walked in the door. Now listen, some of you may be offended if you walk in because they are going to call you a slut, okay? Right. But I walk in and I thought about this. The way that they celebrated us, the way that they made a huge deal about our presence. What if we celebrated people like that? What if everywhere you went, you were celebrated like that? It makes you want to go back, right? It makes you want to be in that space, right? You've got to understand that you're in a season of your life where being tolerated is no longer acceptable. Aren't you tired of just being tolerated? Aren't you tired of just, people putting up with your presence, but not really liking your presence, resenting your presence, bringing all of this negative energy to the table because you're there? You've got to be definite about your purpose, and you got to be definite about your placement. Slutty Vegan, the food was so good. First of all, social media got us there. Seeing people talk about the food got us there. But it was our experience that made us go back, and we did go back. We were in Atlanta for about 4 or 5 days. We went back. We went back to Slutty Vegan because the food was good and the experience was memorable. We went back. And what I got when I went back was better than what I got the first time. How about that? Look, in this season, be definite about what it is you want, about where it is that you're going, about what it is that you need and expect from God. It is our definiteness of purpose that will unlock doors for us, that will open doors for us, that will cause our name to be spoken in rooms that we've never stepped foot in, will cause people that we don't know to reach out to us. Be definite in your purpose. And when you get definite in your purpose, God can put everything that he has behind you to get you there. The definitiveness of purpose. when you have a definite purpose and you declare that purpose and you stand on that purpose and you know with all of your being, oh no, this is it. There are no options. This is it. There are no options. This is it. There are no options. So I'm reading again, Think and Grow Rich. So I've listened to the audio book. I've read the book, but I'm reading it again. I'm reading it. Like literally had my iPad in the gym while I was on the treadmill reading. Mad when I was finished. Mad because, I couldn't continue reading it. See, I discovered something about me. Sometimes I can listen to something, but if I listen to something, if all I'm doing is listening, then my mind will be all over the place. Either I have to read and listen, right? Or I have to have something else going in my ear while I'm reading the words. I don't know why. It's my brain. It's how my brain works. I've got to have both. I've got to have the duality of the stimulation in order to get there. Like I've got to have that, right? I know this. I know that when I read the book this morning, when I was reading, hey, Camille, how you doing, beautiful? When I was reading the book this morning, there were some things that stood out to me that haven't stood out to me in the past. There were some things that stood out to me that they didn't click like that before, right? Mina said, try paying attention. Well, Mina, listen, this is the beautiful thing about my amazing brain. My brain is multifaceted like I'm multifaceted. If I'm not multitasking, it's difficult for me to get things done because my brain goes so quickly. It's one of the challenges of being brilliant. I don't know what to tell you. I just know I have to learn how to work with my brain, right? Everybody's brain is not the same. All brains are not created equal. Some brains can focus on one thing and they're content with one thing. My brain is not that brain, okay? Anybody else out there got that brain that you need multiple stimulation? In everything I do, I've got to have multiple stimulation. I can't just have that one thing. It does not work for me. I lose focus. I lose track. It can't keep me, right? So you got to understand you. When you understand you, you're not offended by people's differences. When you understand you, what other people need doesn't bother you. When you understand you, I understand me. I understand my brain, and I understand how my brain works. Come on, Key. Jesus was a multitasker, right? Jesus was a multitasker. He had multiple things going on at the same time. Y'all, listen, this is another thing, right? This is another thing. We have to stop beating ourselves up for not being like other people, not doing it like other people. Keith said, I have that brain. I know you do. That's why I love you. That's why we connect. That's why we're able to get along so well. See, people like us understand each other, whereas other people are like, listen, you just need to focus. You just need to do one thing. You just need to listen. That's how your brain works. My brain does not work like that. And my brain isn't deficient. It's different. And I'm going to tell you something. The richest people in the world are multifaceted multitaskers. They're always the people that everybody else says has ADHD. I'm telling you, the people that have made the greatest impact in technology have not been single-minded people. They've been people where they're getting multiple stimuli and they're able to take those things and pull it together. I am not downing you if your brain works like that. I'm simply telling you that God gives us the brain we need for our assignment. Sometimes your assignment is so huge that you've got to be able to do multiple things at the same time. You can't get there if you don't. So you understand you. And when you understand you, then you're not offended by other people and how their brains work. Keith said, folks are afraid and annoyed by things and people they don't understand. Right, that part. Hey, my daughter. So when you get a definitiveness of purpose, listen, this is what I'm doing, period, point blank. And God will give you an unction. He'll give you a drive to do a thing. You may not have the money, the resources, the connection, or at least it doesn't seem like you do. Like you're literally saying, okay, God, you want me to do what? Like it doesn't look possible in the natural, but that's when God does his best work. When it doesn't look possible in the natural. See, if it looks possible and it's possible in the natural, God is not required. And God makes sure that he is required. My baby said, Grand Rising, everyone. God wants to be required. He wants to be required in whatever it is that you're doing. So I began to read the book again. and get new nuggets from the book. There was something about reading it this time. The book didn't change, but I changed. The book didn't change. The words were still the same words. They were written exactly the same way. I read them in the same manner from the same platform, but they hit differently because I'm different. Things will happen in your life to get you to a place where you understand that you have no choice but to be definitive in your purpose, definite in your purpose. This is it. This is what I'm doing. This is it. There's a story in the introduction. This isn't even in chapter 1. Hold on, y'all. There's a story in the introduction of Think and Grow Rich that talks about a man who goes to Einstein to say that he's going to be his partner. He's going to do business with him, right? The man was dressed like a tramp, had ridden a train, had to jump a train to get there, right? So the man walks in looking like a tramp to tell Albert Einstein that, oh, I'm working with you. Oh, we're going to do business together. I'm going to be a business partner. Now, it says that he looked at him and he didn't look like it, but it was something about how he said it that made him pay attention. Something about his confidence in what he said. Something about the definitiveness of what he said. And so he didn't start out being a business partner or doing business with him, but he started out working there, right? And he worked there in a capacity that didn't give him a whole lot of access to him, didn't put him in high esteem, but allowed him to be seen and his invention to be seen every single day. Sometimes you got to just do the work so that people can see you. Sometimes it's not about being on the stage. It's about being behind the stage and serving so that your loyalty, your determination, and your persistence can be established. But then comes the time that you are seen and recognized. I often tell people, I believe that I'm like a best kept secret, right? The people who don't know. And they don't know, right? Because they don't know I exist. But the people who know, if you know, you know. Why would God hide us? Why would God keep us a secret? Well, normally, if God is hiding us and keeping us a secret, it's because there's something he's doing in us. God never wants us to go out prematurely. He never wants us to be in a place where we find ourselves in positions that we're not equipped to handle, that we don't know what to do with. So he will sometimes hide us to perfect us. And I don't mean perfect in terms of you have no errors, no mistakes. That's not what I'm saying. But perfect us, mature us, grow us, groom us for the place where he's taking us. It is our definitiveness of purpose that establishes where we're going. But it's the work that God is doing inside of us that prepares us to get there. It prepares us. I think about all of the people I've met during my lifetime and the impact of each of those people on my life. What did they show me? What did they teach me? What did I glean? What did I gain from that relationship? How did that relationship make me better? Instead of focusing on the negative things that happened or the things that didn't work, what did work? How did you grow in it? And if you don't see yourself growing at all in it, you need to look back at it. Look back and see, how did I grow in this? How did this impact me? There are people I've met who literally have changed my life. Their presence in my life has changed my life. Their presence, meeting them, having them be a part of my life for whatever season that was or is, changed my life because it changed me. It taught me something about me. It showed me something about me. When you understand that there's nothing wasted, not one single experience, not one meeting, not one encounter, not one endeavor, like there is nothing wasted unless you allow it to be wasted. If you allow it to be wasted, that's on you. But if you pay attention to what's happening in your life, Everything in your life is happening for you and not to you. What's happening for you that you've been looking at like it was happening to you? What's happening for you that you've been looking at saying, God, why me? Instead of saying, God, thank you for choosing me. What is it that I'm to take from this? That sounds crazy. So I was talking to my daughter, and she reminded me of something that happened when she was in high school, no, middle school. High school. She was in high school. She was in high school. I was getting ready for work one evening. They were coming home from school, and she came home and she ran in the door, and then I hear all this noise and ruckus outside. And all these people outside my house, I'm like, what is going on? So this woman that comes to my house to make her daughter fight my daughter. She said, bring her out. Girl, have you lost your mind? I am not bringing her out of this house. Y'all are not finna jump my child. I don't know what y'all thinking about. You know, sometimes people think they're bigger and badder than they are. Listen, I don't have nothing to do with that, okay? I had my cute white pants on. I was dressed for work. I'm preparing to go to the university to teach. What are you doing in my yard acting all foolish, right? So there's a point where the woman gets in my face because she was like, no, I'm going in there and getting, ma'am, you are not going in my house. Don't come up here. Don't go up there on that porch. I need you to stay right here. And the woman got in my face and she touched my nose and she said, no, I'm going in and you're going to da-da-da-da-da. And this is what I said with a straight face. I said, the blood of Jesus is against you. The woman looked, everybody started looking at me. I said, the blood of Jesus is against you. Get thee behind me, Satan. Now they looking at me like, hey, where's she? Oh, that ain't finna do nothing. She ain't finna do nothing. But guess what happened? They left. I didn't have to fight them. I let the word of God fight them for me. I let the spirit of God do the work because what I know is who I am in God. And I know that I have the authority to speak to demons and they must flee. What? The authority. And you have that same authority. So we're running around without definitiveness of purpose because we have allowed the enemy to play in our head. Oh, y'all be quick to talk about, oh, I know they're not playing in my face. I know they're not playing, but you let the devil play in your head. Where are they doing that? Stop allowing the enemy to play in your head to make you think you're not who you are. To make him think that you don't have the power and the authority that you possess. To make you think that if you say, this is what I'm doing, I am so happy and grateful now that I am, now that I have, now that this has happened, and give it a date, put a date on it, make you think that if you do that, it's nothing. Well, it's nothing if you're not definite in your purpose. It's nothing if you don't really believe it. The key is not just in the words, the key is in your belief. It's in your faith. It's in your confidence that it will happen, that it must happen, regardless of how long it takes. God brought something to my remembrance. I remember I was talking to the CVO and co-founder of the company I'm a part of, and I was telling him, oh yeah, I'm going to train on the stage at convention. I'm going to train on the stage at convention. He said, well, hit diamond and we'll make it happen. Hit diamond and we'll make it happen. And I said, okay. So I didn't hit it in time for convention and I haven't hit it yet. And today I thought about it. I said, our next convention, I'm going to be training on the stage. And I'm going to tell the story of how I told him in the airport when I almost ran over him, right? Not paying attention. When I told him that I was going to train on the stage, I said that with definitiveness. Like I knew that with every fiber of my being. And just because it hasn't happened yet does not mean it won't happen. It just means it hasn't happened yet. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I just give up? I say, oh, well, I'm not going to ever be able to do it. No. It means that I hold on to that with definite purpose, that I believe that with every fiber of my being, and I do the work to get to diamond. Seems simple, right? But it's going to require a level of tenacity, a level of belief and a level of determination that I can only do when I'm definite in my purpose. When you have a definite purpose, when you are clear on that thing, and you speak that thing, and you establish that thing, God will respond to you. God will respond to you. He will make it be what it's supposed to be. He'll do what he needs to do with it. But there's a part we play. The founder of Slutty Vegan's story is an amazing story. She just started. She started and she got a food truck, right? Because eating vegan was not popular in the African American community, right? But when she started it with a slant, a little something different that made people pay attention. She's gone on to have incredible success, franchises in multiple states around the country, multiple stores, physical locations that you can go into. She's done the Slutty Vegan tour where she's gone to different cities. All of that came from an idea and a commitment. And one day, she opened her truck up. She opened her kitchen up because Snoop Dogg was hungry and in the studio late. And somebody said, oh, I know, I got you. Made a phone call. And because she responded to the call, that opened some doors for her. It increased her visibility and put her in a position where she could give back to college graduates. Look, at her alma mater. Look, I'm not telling you that life is going to be perfect. And I'm not telling you that, oh, you're just going to have everything that you ever think about. But if you think about it long enough, if you meditate on it long enough, if you believe it long enough, if you make it definite, if you do what you need to do and do the work inside of you first and then outside of you, if you're working on your mind, if you're working on your faith, if you're working on your determination, if you're working on those things, you give God something to work with. What are you giving God to work with? Are you presenting yourself a living sacrifice? Are you allowing him to have access to you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because if you're not, don't be surprised when it doesn't happen. Much of what doesn't happen in our life doesn't happen because we are double-minded. The word of God declares that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Are you that double-minded man or woman? Are you double-minded? Well, guess what? There's actually a scientific measure of whether or not you're double-minded. Check this out. Positive intelligence, or PQ, actually measures how much your brain is working for you or against you. If you're anywhere in the 40s, 50s, 60s, you're double-minded. Those lower scores, you're not even double-minded. Like, you just down there like, oh, this can't happen. Normally it means that you've been going through things that have you in a state of depression. You're resigned, you feel hopeless, and your brain is wreaking havoc against you. It's working against you. The enemy playing all up in your brain, all up in your mind, and that enemy is you. It ain't Lucifer, it's you. It's your thoughts, your experiences, your traumas, it's your drama, it's all of that, and it's playing in your face. Well, stop allowing it to play in your face. I'm determined that in my life, I'm taking control of my life, and I'm not getting ready to allow negative thoughts, disbelief, a lack of clarity to play in my face and prevent me to get to my destiny. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. And I'll tell the story of how God did it, of how a decision changed my life. At some point, you've got to make a decision. At some point, you've got to say, enough is enough. Don't play in my face and go to work. See, the sad thing is when you look in the mirror and you realize that the person playing in your face is you. It's the person that's looking back at you. Make a decision that you're not going to play in your own face, that you're not going to play with God, that you're not going to play with your purpose, that you're not going to play with your destiny, that you're not going to play with the calling that's on your life. Stop playing and get serious. Get definite and watch what God does. Be definite and see God move in your life. Stand still and know that he is God. Watch him move things around. Speak to the mountain and say, mountain, be thou moved. Without doubting in your heart. And watch what God does. Watch how the mountain must respond. Because God has created us to have the ability to speak to everything in this entire universe. And it moves at our word. The sun, the rain. Come on, somebody. The weather. But you got to know that you know that you know the power that your words possess. When you know that, then God can use you to perform miracles. It wasn't that Jesus was so different from us as why he could perform miracles. It's that he understood who he was. And he understood that God was in him. That the Father was in him. And as he understood his identity, his ability to transform material circumstances around him became evident to others. They could see it. That's why he could speak and things must happen. That's why he spoke to the man. He said, be thou healed. Arise, get up, pick up thy mat and walk. And the man got up after sitting there for over 3 decades, waiting for someone to put him in the water when the water was stirred, when all he needed was not the stirred water, but a word from the Lord. Somebody's waiting on a word from you that will change and transform their entire life. Don't be selfish and stay stuck in you. Don't be selfish and stay focused on what you can't do, what hasn't worked, what hasn't happened. Instead, focus on this. The definitiveness of your purpose, the definitiveness of your call, and be driven towards your destiny. Be destiny driven and watch how God begins to move. Listen, I'm not going to keep y'all long. It's day 5. Day 5 of our 90-day journey, 90 days to destiny. If you've not joined the group is on Facebook. If you've not joined the group, put 90 days in if you're interested. We'll send you the link so that you can be a part of this journey. What I will tell you is this. At the end of these 90 days, listen, let me tell you something. We're not taking no prisoners. Listen, we're doing what God said in all the areas of our life. Look, y'all, you can do it too. Make a decision, commit, focus, and act. And watch God move. All right, you guys, I'm Audi 5000, right? Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. And remember, be definite about what you desire and stop worrying about what you don't. Be blessed. Mwah.